Welcome back to my channel Achieving Alpha and welcome back to another episode of Smart Money Analysis for today, that is 12th of May 2021. And today was the weekly expiry for Nifty and Bank Nifty, and we saw a very silent kind of a session till the second half, and not even second half to be precise. We saw some action only after 2:30, but even after that it wasn't a very big kind of an action, although there was a very big red candle which made me think that okay, maybe this is a time for a significant correction. But even we recovered after 14650 and we closed roughly about 14700, to be precise 2 points less than 14700. So let's have a look at how are things and what was the action throughout the day. And this is the intraday chart of Nifty for 15 minutes, and this is the big red candle that I am talking about. And you can see that the subsequent candle is again a big green candle, so you will see the kind of volatility in the markets as of now. And this is really not a very healthy sign, right? Because there is like too much volatility and there is no one clear direction in which the market is moving. And the other part is that in Telegram, I did tell you about a possibility of a short covering, which you might have seen. So if you basically have a look, so this message I posted somewhere around 10:37, and after that you will see that we have seen some sort of a short covering, followed by the later part, which is after 11:15. So basically we went from 700 to 780, but then again we witnessed a very good fall, and the reason is very simple. I told you that this particular news might be bringing out a bearish sentiment in the market, which was basically a statement by the Indian Health Agency chief, who says that basically the country should remain locked down for 6 to 8 weeks given the surge in the COVID-19 cases. So this was something which was negative for the market, and this is just one excuse, right? Because you see, when the number of COVID cases were rising, the market was going up anyways, and people were asking that why is the market going up. And now when the market is falling, the same people are pretty much surprised to see that why is it falling. So remember, when the market is rising without any particular reason, I would not be very much surprised if I see the market falling without any particular reason as well. And the global markets were also in heavy panic, because you see, the US indices were giving up from the top, although they did see some recovery, and this short covering was basically also supported by the recovery in the global indices. But then the negative news came, which was a local negative news, and you can see the kind of movement. Secondly, I did tell you about metals. So if you basically have a look at the pre-market update on Instagram of 1 or 2 days back, I did tell you that you need to be very cautious with metals, because the structure was looking very much weak and metals were already too much overbought in my personal opinion. So basically I myself have shorted the call options of Tata Steel of 1250, so you can see here, and I have basically hedged it with 1300. And you see that even in intraday only I got roughly about 7000 rupees gain, which is not bad at all. And I'm probably going to hold this till expiry, because it's very hard for Tata Steel now to touch back 1250. It can, but you can see that today itself it has fallen over 4.5%, which is a significant fall. So let's have a look at the option chain. So the option chain for 20th May expiry is in a nascent stage as of now, and there is not much activity happening in that one. So rather, let's try to analyze the monthly option chain for Nifty and Bank Nifty. So the first thing which we need to observe is that the highest OI on the put side remains intact at 14,000, and that's where you will see that an OI of roughly about 4.26 million is present. On the call side, the highest OI is still at 15,000, which is roughly about 2.89 million contracts. And surprisingly, you will see that the most activity today based on the volume was at 14,500, and on the call side this was at 15,000. So this is what we can see. Another interesting observation is that the call writing has been more aggressive compared to the put writing, and in fact you will see some sort of unwinding here in the lower levels because of the last minute panic selling in the market. That's what we can see. So hopefully 14,000 should sustain, but again this is not too much of an open interest that I can say with a very high confidence that 14,000 might not be breached. It can be, but I'm pretty sure that now we must start going towards one particular direction, because it has been too much of consolidation. So may we should be probably clear on what the direction might be in the upcoming days. But let's see how do things turn up. Let's talk about Bank Nifty. And Bank Nifty, again, you will see that the highest open interest. So there is again not much activity happening even in the monthly series. But you will see that the highest OI still is on 32,000. But again, this is just 3.2 lakh contracts, and this is not a very high OI to believe on. So again, this is not much activity in the option chain from Bank Nifty. And you will see that the highest OI on the call side is at 33,000 as of now, which is again not much. So it's almost useless to look at this particular option chain, not much activity. But one thing which we can again see here as well is that the addition on the call side has been more aggressive than on the put side. And even here we have saw some unwinding on the put side on the lower levels. So this is the option chain for Nifty and Bank Nifty. Let's quickly have a look at the PCR and the max pain. So again, these figures are not much relevant because there is not much activity, but anyways you can have a look, and let's do that for Nifty as well. So Nifty, again, there is some activity but maybe not a lot, but the PCR here is oversold and the max pain is at 14,800 as on date. So this was the option chain. Let's quickly have a look at the global indices, and then we can have a look at the derivatives and the cash market activity from FII and DII. So the global markets are still not in much of a recovery mode, although the European indices seem to have recovered. US is still struggling, and this VIX is still up by over 4%, which is not a very healthy sign. So we'll have to see how do US indices behave tonight, and that will probably decide. Tomorrow is a trading holiday, and basically, if at all Friday is silent, so this will be a long weekend, and there could be a good theta decay observed. So you can try to sell options, but again, do try to hedge your positions because we may never know. Any sort of news might come over the weekend, and we may expect some crazy gap up or gap down on Monday. So let's see how do things turn up, and let's go and analyze the data in the cash and the derivatives market next. So finally, the data for the cash and the derivatives market is out. It took quite a while today for the data to come out, and uh, it's about 8:30 p.m. when the data is out, and you can see that this is extremely bearish because both the FIIs and the DIIs have sold. And again, this is being consumed by the retailers and the pros probably. Because see, a lot of you are asking me that basically when will the market crash, or why is the market shooting up when the corona cases in the country are rising. So my straightforward answer to those guys who were being stubborn and shorting the market even though when it was going up is that the market will crash when you have no money or very little money left to short. And see, that's the truth. If you are going to fight the market and you're going to deny the data facts and everything, you see that everyone on YouTube starts telling you that the market will crash, and it will go up. You need to understand that if you are following the mass mentality, it's not going to be very healthy for you. And yeah, this is extremely bearish from the cash market. And if you have a look at the derivatives data, so the derivatives data, the net long in the futures has been reduced only by 1%. But interestingly, the activity in the options is bearish from both option writing and as well as option buying perspective. So we will see that the put shorts have been decreased by 36%. The call shorts have been decreased by 31%, but combinedly I would call this bearish. And the call longs have been decreased by 23%, and the put longs have been decreased by 11%. So again, I would call this bearish. So we have to see whether the FIIs bounce back from 40 or not. But you really need to understand that the correction will come when you would least expect it. So follow the data, and don't be pretty much stubborn, and just follow the data facts and don't try to fight against the market. It will not pay off well. So this was it for this video then. My conclusion would be that the market is still bearish, and it's still a sell on rise opportunity, but some short covering would be seen. Although we did see some pullback today, but that was not the short covering because I think there have been too many shorts which have been made. Because you can see that the long has been increased by roughly about 1,000, but the shorts have been added aggressively here, and that's not a pretty good sign. And since it's 8:30, so the global cues might have changed. So let's have a look. So this is not very much good because Dow has slid below 34,000, and you can have a look at the S&P 500 VIX, which is over a 13%, which is not very healthy. So this is all for this video then, and I hope you enjoyed this particular video. If you did, please consider pressing the like button, and if you are new here and coming here for the first time, subscribe to this channel for more such content. Thank you so much for sticking around till the end. Have a good day, take care, and bye bye.